Bible and Blue. Still trying to get my camera situated here. You know, not having that brackets messes me up. Anyway, today we're going to be reading Proverbs 13. Got a couple different kind of videos posted up in between. Life was kind of busy, had some stuff happening. You know, I do this. I do this when I get to work, and I was and Monday morning I took that day off, and that's when we did the brace for Valerie. Yesterday was just I was running late kind of thing. So you know, and yeah, one of the things about being a Christian that I fully believe is that we as Christians should be representative as much as we can. We should, and so therefore, if at our jobs, we should be the people that are held up as the example. So if you're running late, yes, you can get your Bible reading in later, and get to work on time. It's very important, you know, things like that. It's like, well, I didn't get to work on time because I was doing my Bible reading. That's not what God wants. So that and there's people who are religious. There's a rabbit, squirrel, actually rabbit, but who will actually you'll use that as their example of why they're so devout that they would actually forego getting to work on time because of the devotions. And that's wrong thing in my estimation. If you are trying to get this all perfect, it's not working. But if you are trying to get that, you know, if you're a person of faith, you should be the person that your boss, your supervisor, your company just points at and says, "That's the kind of employee I want." Okay, so that's just, is that an opinion? Kind of. Is it something that I can point to something that Jesus said? In a way, there's lots of places where he talks about that, but I digress, and I didn't prepare for that, so I don't have chapter and verse to point it out to you. Yeah. So anyway, without further ado, boy, this camera thing's really it really annoys me. This phone. So, okay, so we'll do this one-handed because I don't have to turn the pages down. Sorry. There. I apologize for this. Thankfully, we don't claim we're really high production here. So, chapter 13, Proverbs. A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not listen to rebuke. From the fruit of his lips a man enjoys good things, but the unfaithful have a craving for violence. He who guards his lips guards his life, but he who speaks rashly will come to ruin. The sluggard craves and gets nothing, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. There's an example. The righteous hate what is false, but the wicked bring shame and disgrace. Righteousness guards the man of integrity, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. One man pretends to be rich, yet has nothing. Another pretends to be poor, yet has great wealth. A man's riches may ransom his life, but a poor man hears no threat. The light of the righteous shines brightly, but the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. Pride only breeds quarrels, but wisdom is found in those who take advice. Dishonest money dwindles away, but he who gathers money little by little makes it grow. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. He who scorns instructions will pay for it, but he who respects a command is rewarded. The teaching of the wise is a foundation of life, turning a man from the snares of death. Good understanding wins favor, but the way of the unfaithful is hard. Every prudent man acts out of knowledge, but a fool exposes his folly. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a trustworthy envoy brings healing. He who ignores discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored. A longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but fools detest turning from evil. He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. Misfortune pursues the sinner, but prosperity is the reward of the righteous. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. A poor man's field may produce abundant food, but injustice sweeps it away. He who spares a rod hates his son, but he who loves him is careful to discipline him. The righteous eat to their heart's content, but the stomach of the wicked goes hungry. Here is reading of the Lord. Thanks be to God. And so, getting through these Proverbs of Solomon is they don't have the story feel to it. They're like reading through bullet points, and it kind of feels like it. But it's an important thing to read these words of wisdom. And we did see things about being diligent and being careful with your money, being prudent with your and act out of knowledge. So these are all very important things. And this is wisdom. No matter what your faith or your belief is, this is still excellent wisdom to go through and to use in life. I talked about before, and again, I've decided. Interestingly enough, I had the one I did last week where I expressed that I was not debating atheists anymore, and I really don't want to. They're not out to find knowledge, has been my experience. Most of them are. There's a few that are, and they're looking for head knowledge that's going to turn them instead of heart knowledge. But most of them are actually there just to be jerks. They're trolls. But I put atheist in the title, and put a few keywords in that had that. And it's of my Bible readings, it has received the most attention, which is funny. It's like flies to honey. I mean, they can't help themselves, and so while I may talk about atheists a little bit, I'm really not that interested in debating them, so I'm not putting the stuff in the title. I don't want to put the stuff in the title. I don't want to put it in the description of the keywords. So if you want to talk about anything that we read this morning, any suggestions that you have for me, if you've been watching my workout videos and you want to talk about that, that's open for discussion below. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks a lot, people. I got to get going. It is, time for me to get into work. God bless. Have a great day.